What if a Tyrannosaurus rex, one of the most powerful predators in history, was found frozen, perfectly preserved after 66 million years? It sounds like science fiction, but with discoveries of frozen mammoths, ancient viruses, and soft tissue in dinosaur fossils, some wonder, could time and nature have worked together to preserve a dinosaur? Could we find a T-Rex not just fossilized, but with skin, muscle, or even DNA? Today, we're digging deep into this chilling possibility and separating real science from fantasy. You're watching Interestingly Quick, and this is the icy question that refuses to melt away. Tyrannosaurus rex roamed North America about 66 million years ago. It was massive, up to 40 feet long, with a bite force stronger than any known land animal. Most of what we know comes from fossilized bones, turned to stone through mineralization. But fossils aren't the same as preserved tissue. The big question is, could any real biological material from a T-Rex survive millions of years? Bone, blood, or even DNA? That's what scientists are asking as technology lets us peer deeper into these ancient remains than ever before. Fossilization isn't about freezing, it's a slow transformation. After death, bones get buried in sediment and, over thousands of years, are replaced by minerals. What we dig up are stone copies of bones, not the original material. Soft tissues almost never survive this process. That's why finding skin, muscle, or internal organs from a dinosaur would be nearly impossible, unless some part of it escaped fossilization and was preserved another way. But under the right conditions, traces of ancient biology might still remain even after 66 million years. In 2005, paleontologist Mary Schweitzer made a stunning discovery: stretchy soft tissue inside a fossilized T-Rex femur. Blood vessels, collagen, and even red blood cell-like structures were found. This shook up the science world. Many doubted it at first, but repeated tests confirmed the tissue wasn't contamination. It was real dino biology. Though degraded, it hinted that certain parts of a dinosaur could survive longer than anyone thought. It wasn't a frozen dinosaur, but it proved that fragments of life from the Cretaceous still linger. DNA is fragile, even under ideal conditions. Cold, dry, and dark, it begins to break down after death. Studies show that DNA might survive up to 1 million years, but not 66 million. That makes the survival of full T-Rex DNA extremely unlikely. Still, small fragments or degraded sequences could possibly survive inside preserved proteins or tissues. Scientists have found chemical traces of ancient DNA in dinosaur fossils, but not enough to reconstruct a genome or clone an animal. At best, we're talking about biological fingerprints, not complete blueprints. Permafrost preserves bodies by freezing them solid. Mammoths, wolves, and even ancient plants have been recovered with fur, flesh, and blood intact. But permafrost didn't exist during the dinosaur era. It only formed during the Ice Age, millions of years later. Dinosaurs like T-Rex lived in warm, forested environments, not icy ones. That means they never had the chance to freeze like a mammoth. Nature's freezer came too late, and no known permafrost reaches back 66 million years. In short, there was no deep freeze for dinosaurs. Some wonder if a T-Rex could have fallen into a glacier or frozen cave. But the timing doesn't work. Glaciers didn't exist during the late Cretaceous period. Earth was warmer, and ice sheets didn't cover land like they did in later ice ages. Even if a T-Rex somehow fell into cold water, it wouldn't freeze fast enough to prevent decay. And no geological evidence supports such a scenario. The idea is dramatic, but more movie script than science. Freezing a dinosaur just wasn't an option in that era. While no dinosaur has been found frozen, some fossils are so detailed they show skin textures, feathers, and even muscle outlines. In China, stunning fossils preserve entire dinosaur silhouettes thanks to volcanic ash and sediment. In 2020, a fossilized embryo inside an egg gave scientists an incredible glimpse into dinosaur development. These finds aren't frozen, but they're incredibly well preserved snapshots of life from millions of years ago. They represent the best real-world preservation we've achieved without needing a block of ice. Caves can preserve things. Ancient humans, mummified animals, and artifacts have all survived in cool, dry caves. But caves can't shield something for 66 million years. Earth's crust shifts, caves collapse, and erosion changes everything. Plus, T-Rex fossils are only found in specific sediment layers, none in caves. If a T-Rex ever died in a cave, the odds of it surviving intact are astronomically low. It's a compelling idea, but so far, no evidence supports it. The cave theory is all imagination. Amber, fossilized tree resin, has preserved insects, plants, and even feathers in stunning detail. That's why Jurassic Park imagined extracting dino DNA from amber, trapped mosquitoes. But in reality, we've never found dino blood in amber. No preserved mosquito with dinosaur DNA exists. Still, amber remains a powerful preservative for smaller organisms and surface features like dino feathers. So while it hasn't delivered T-Rex DNA, it has helped us understand what dinosaurs looked like and how closely they resembled modern birds. Proteins like collagen degrade slower than DNA. Under the right conditions, some researchers believe they could last up to 80 million years. That's how Schweitzer found soft tissue inside a T-Rex bone. But that's a rare exception. Most of the time, heat, pressure, and bacteria destroy all organic matter long before fossilization is complete. It would take extreme luck, unusual chemistry, and perfect conditions to preserve more than fragments. Still, that tiny chance keeps scientists searching, because one well-preserved fossil can change everything. One reason soft tissue might survive: iron. When blood cells break down, they release iron, which can form cross-links in proteins, essentially locking tissue in place. It's like nature's version of formaldehyde. Mary Schweitzer's T-Rex study showed that iron may have played a key role in preserving cells and collagen. That means some dinosaurs may have unknowingly preserved themselves. Their own biology helped them survive in fossil form. Iron can't freeze a dinosaur, but it might explain how tiny pieces endured for so long. No, without complete DNA cloning a T-Rex isn't possible. Genetic engineering might one day produce bird-like creatures with dinosaur traits. But that's not resurrection, it's recreation. Even with the best tech, we'd only get approximate guesses, not true dinosaurs. And there are ethical and ecological concerns too. The idea makes for great films, but real science says we're decades, if not centuries, from anything close. For now, dinosaurs belong to history, not the lab. But what we can do is simulate, study, and visualize them in stunning detail. Unlikely, but not impossible. Every year, new fossils are unearthed in deserts, riverbeds, and cliffs. Some contain traces of tissue, color, or even proteins. One lucky dig could reveal another soft tissue-bearing T-Rex, or a fossil that forces us to rethink everything. Even if we never find a frozen one, the chance of finding something better preserved than before is always on the table. That's why scientists keep digging, because the next bone could carry the next big breakthrough. We've already learned so much without needing a frozen T-Rex. Advanced imaging, chemical analysis, and 3D modeling let us reconstruct movement, behavior, and even how T-Rex may have sounded. CT scans show brain size and sensory organs. We now know T-Rex likely had excellent vision, strong parenting instincts, and may have even had feathers. So even if we never thaw one out, we're already bringing it to life in every way that matters, through science, not fiction. Could a T-Rex still be frozen somewhere on Earth? No, but its legacy is very much alive. Every fossil, every dig site, every lab test adds a new piece to the puzzle of its existence. And through the questions we ask, like this one, we keep their story moving forward. T-Rex may be extinct, but it still captures our imagination. It's not about bringing one back to life. It's about how it brings us to life every time we wonder what's possible. So, while the dream of a frozen T-Rex is just that, a dream, the science behind that question opens doors to everything we're still learning about life, extinction, and deep time. If this gave you chills in the best way, hit that like button, comment your wildest T-Rex theory, and subscribe to Interestingly Quick for more discoveries that keep history alive. Until next time, stay curious and keep digging.